Would you consider a separate room?
Oh, excuse me?
Listen, we have a futon on one end of the wall.
Is this nigga serious?
This is the very first time that I'm seeing a flag of the US, which is like being free and just powerful. Like in my whole life, it was always on fire.
It's really cool.
Wait a minute, hold on.
It's really cool.
Huh?
It's not cool.
Oh my gosh.
You're so stupid. You're stupid. Dumb.
Hey guys, welcome back to 90 Day Fiance Season 11 Episode 2. So today we're going to do Greg and Joan and Stevi and Mahdi. Greg first. So we meet Greg, who's from Long Island, and he's a baker.
Oh my god. Did I just get in my hair?
Yeah.
Very nice, Greg. His family is Italian and they're always eating and cooking, eating and cooking, eating and cooking. Like, my goodness. No wonder the dude used to be 480 pounds.
Damn.
What?
I'm sorry. It's insane. I couldn't even tie my shoes at one point. It was so bad. Finally just pushed me to the point where I wanted to lose weight and just get rid of this and feel better.
In the last 2 years, he lost 200 pounds, which is very impressive because that's like a whole other person that he just lost. But now we see his girl, Joan, who is from Uganda.
Those big, beautiful eyes, I can't stop staring into them. I really can. And she's got just a nice big booty.
I feel good.
Oh my god. Wow.
He said that they met when he was talking to this guy on a plane who happened to be from Uganda. He invited him over to Uganda, and so he went. He arrived at a guest house, and that's where he met Joan. They started talking from there, but it was nothing serious, which he said he kind of regretted because it was like the girl that got away, but he just let her get away. A year and a half later, she was the one to contact him on social media, and that's when they started talking again. So then they started dating, and then he proposed to her.
And I proposed to her on her birthday.
So, even though he proposed and they plan to start a life together, he still lives with his mother.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. It's insane. The average starter home on Long Island is probably anywhere from $400,000 to $500,000.
Damn.
I'm nowhere near that position to put down a deposit on a family home for sure. Nowhere near.
Wow, you're whispering.
As much as I love my mom, I mean, it's this huge cock block,
Anyways, Joan wants them to just live with each other and will not be looking forward to living with him and his mom. But he said that she only has to for like a year or two. But his mom basically takes care of him as if he's a little child.
I like to have a nice meal cooked for him. I'm doing my laundry. I'll go in his room and scoop everything up that's dirty. I'll have to clean.
My goodness, you gotta do more. His mom is happy for him, but the thought of him being sexually active makes her uncomfortable because she doesn't want to hear all of that.
I want to hear what goes on, sexually.
So she's like, would you consider sleeping in separate rooms? Excuse me? But she's like, yeah, you guys can get it down after you get married. And he's like, hell no. But then she said that they have a futon that she can sleep on, so what's the problem?
We've waited, 7 months almost to be together again and for her to come here and to sleep in a separate room. It's crazy, But at the same time, we're not necessarily paying rent. So when she asked me to do something like this, I have to take it very serious.
She said that it's a respect thing not to do in the home. So yeah, I mean, I get it. I can respect it. But like, damn.
We're all human beings.
I mean, I feel like all of that can be solved if they're just like really quiet with it, because her main problem is that she doesn't want to hear it. So as long as she doesn't hear it, she doesn't know that you guys are doing it. So it should be fine, right?
You are absolutely right.
I would definitely have to just double down and find a place. It would pretty much drain the bank account almost immediately. That's something I'm not a little nervous. It got me shaking in my boots a little bit here.
Don't get a starter home because, it's really expensive. Instead, get like an apartment or at least a place to rent. I just don't know why his first thought was, let's get a starter home. Why?
Because that shit don't even make no sense. That's stupid. It's weird. It's goofy is what it is. It's fucking goofy.
So now he heads to his friend's house to fix their plumbing.
I don't have a typical 9 to 5. Plumbing is just a means to an end. It's not something I'm very passionate about. Right now, my customers are just friends and family mainly, and also like friends of friends.
But then they start talking about his fiance, and we find out that her life is better in Uganda than it will be here in America.
In her country, she actually is the director of a nonprofit organization, an NGO.
Oh, wow.
And she does have a bachelor's degree in marketing and finance, so she's relatively well off.
He said that he hit the jackpot, and he definitely did. But that's why he feels like she isn't coming here for a green card. But he also made sure to tell her all of his financial problems so she isn't shocked when she comes here.
It's just going to take some time. She can't work until we get that green card and stuff like that. So it definitely is going to be all on me.
So he tells us his plan, which is basically to work on his bakery and hopes that it takes off. And she's like, really? Are you sure that can be your main source of income?
Kind of like putting all my eggs in one basket, I guess. It's something that I think about constantly.
Obviously, he isn't thinking enough.
Stupid.
He said earlier in the episode that he's not really a go-getter. So he might just be thinking of it, but he's not really doing anything to like help him get to his goal. Like all he does is like bake bread and then goes around the neighborhood and just gives it to his friends. Like start making some flyers, baking more bread, giving out samples, something. His friend brings up that they might want to start having a family soon and if he can afford that. And he's like, well, that's something for the future. We'll get to it when we get to it. And she's like, what?
I get a little nervous for you when you say a lot of you'll get to that bridge. I kind of would like and hope for you to try to start thinking a little bit more in today and not always I'll get there when I get there.
Yeah, you tell him. He said that he never really took his life seriously and having a career and he still acts like a kid, which yeah, he definitely does. Good luck to Joanne because this guy, no. Especially because he doesn't really have that work ethic that she has. So I think that's going to be like their big issue here. Stevi and Mahdi. So Stevie's getting ready to see her boo.
There's a lot of things that Maddie might be taken aback by a little bit when he gets here.
One of those things is not wearing pants in the house. And I'm like, oh, okay. How is that weird? Most people don't do that. But the rest of her list does make sense.
I'm a little bit OCD. I like for things to be put back where they belong. I have night terrors. I frequently need naps and I fall asleep while I'm eating.
Falling asleep while eating is crazy because aren't you scared of choking? That's dangerous. She said that he did experience one of her bad nightmares when she was in Turkey and she thought that he would never want to see her again.
Maddie has been warned about most of my quirks. He knows about them, but he's never lived with them. So I think it's going to be different.
I'm scared of you because what's really going on with you?
Okay, so now she's on her way to go see him, but there's a problem. She is scared of bridges because they make her crazy and make her want to throw up. But there's a bridge that she needs to get over if she wants to pick him up from the airport.
Even though I'm terrified to drive over bridges, doing this is nothing when it comes to comparison of Maddie leaving his whole entire family to come here to be with me.
Right. She then said that he was crying while telling his family goodbye, and she felt bad because he might never see them again. But he was okay with it because he said that he was coming to see her. I would never leave my family permanently for someone that I've only been physical with for 1 week. Are you crazy?
I didn't expect to feel like the amount of emotions that I felt because I saw him crying for a little bit and that was really hard because I do carry a lot of guilt knowing that he probably won't ever be able to go back to his home country.
But I do gotta say this. It does make sense why he's leaving Iran because it's so dangerous over there. So it makes sense why he was like so quick to leave when he was given the chance. I just feel really bad that he had to leave his family behind. That would kill me. That's why I can totally understand why he's like so sad about it because nobody wants to leave their family behind. But anyway, she gets to the airport, sees him, they hug, and we're finally introduced to Mahdi.
My name is Mahdi. I'm 27 years old and I'm from Iran, Tehran. Although I always try to introduce myself as Persian because it sounds like more friendly than Iranian.
I guess. Why did she smack it from his hand? Ooh. Anyways, they sit to talk and he admits that his parents were not happy for him to leave and he's hoping that he can go back to see them again. So now they head out and it's time for her to go over that bridge again. So for her to feel calm, she's telling him to talk to her, but not to bring up the bridge.
Is that a bridge? Is this a bridge?
Listen, why are you talking about it?
It's not a bridge, babe.
Okay, well, let's not talk about it. I have a vomit bag in the middle, just in case.
Brother, ugh.
So as they're driving, he's noticing the difference between America and Iran. They can't have parties, they can't walk past women at night, and they have a dress code. Like, damn, they probably aren't allowed to smile either.
What else makes you happy?
What?
What else makes you happy?
You only go for the boobs.
Yeah.
How did he know about Hooters? So they stop at a hotel and they're very excited to get into it. She goes to get ready and he's looking out the window and he's like, wow, this place looks so old. Reminds me of home.
This is the very first time that I'm seeing a flag of the US, which is like being free and just so powerful. Like in my whole life, it was always on fire.
Oh my.
It's really cool.
Oh my gosh. It's really what? Did she just say it's cool?
It's really cool.
She sure did. How is that cool? That is not cool. So he goes into more detail and then he's like, it's not cool.
It's not cool. So
Right, because why did she say that? I don't think she's really like listening to him because that was weird. So then she brings up his family and he gets emotional because obviously they were against it.
I don't know when would be the next time or where would be the next time that I will see my family. There is always a risk for Iranians who come to the US to go back to Iran and get arrested.
He's crying and I feel so bad for him. But then he asks her that if one day, if he had to go back to his country and there's a chance that they won't let him leave the country anymore, will she let him do that? Like, what type of question is that? Obviously, she says, hell no. Well, that's what I think she wanted to say. But instead, she just said that it will make her really sad.
It took us this long to get you here. I'm not gonna like keep you from ever doing anything you want to do.
It's shocking to hear Maddie say that he might possibly want to go back within the first hours of being here. And honestly, it hurts.
I guess I'm more emotional side.
Honestly, what partner would be okay with that? That question didn't make any sense to me. Hey guys, Editing Jessica here. I forgot to add a few things that I noticed in the episode. Okay, the first thing is that I didn't like the fact that his family didn't want him to go to America because as we all know, Iran is not the safest place. A lot of rules, a lot of regulations. You don't really have a lot of freedom there, right? Right. So if your child has this huge opportunity to go to America where he can really live his life, why are you stopping him? Why are you saying, no, don't leave us. No, don't do that. Like, I know you're hurt that your child is separating from you and you have every right to feel that way. But I would be more happy as a parent that, oh, my child made it out of here. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's dangerous there. I don't know why they would want him to stay. Another thing is the whole visiting each other thing. I don't think that he should go back to Iran because of that huge risk of him not being able to come back to America. He said that when he tried to visit Stevie, they went to Turkey and that's how they met. Can't his family also do the same thing? Like they go to Turkey, he comes to Turkey, and then they can meet there. I feel like that's a safer way for all of them to be together. I don't know how it would work there. I don't know if his family can get to Turkey, if they're gonna accept the visa or something like that. But I just feel like it's an option, right? Instead of taking that huge risk of him coming to Iran and then never going back to America. Another thing, I noticed that this guy seems to have like a lot of trauma because the way he talks is one thing. He speaks and then he pauses for a long time, like trying to collect his thoughts before he says, yeah, at the very end. And I cut it out a lot because, you know, I want to get copyright strike. But I noticed that he does that a lot. It seems like he's thinking about too many things at once. I feel really bad for him because obviously he's going through a huge change. He just went from a country that basically gave him no freedom to a country that's going to give him all the freedom that he wants. Well, mostly all the freedom that he wants. And that's a lot to take in, right? Like, I feel for him. I wish that things go well for him. I do not want him to get sent back. I do not want him to get stuck there in Iran. I want him to be able to live his life and be able to see his family once again and not have that whole country basically tearing his family and many families apart. So yeah, that's just how I feel about it. And that's where their segment ends. Anyways, that's the end of their segment and that's the end of this video. But wait, I gotta give a super thanks to two super thanks. The first one is Official Cinemonster. Thank you, you're not my scrapbook. And Cassie KL Sparling. Thank you, you're not my scrapbook. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you. Bye.